time for some business news now on the programme, and Stephen Carroll joins me here in the studio. Stephen, good morning.
Hi, Nadia.
You're going to be starting us off then with the end to a long-running legal dispute over a construction of a nuclear power plant in Finland.
This is to do with France's Areva. They're going to have to pay €450 million to settle legal complaints over the next-generation nuclear plant it's building for the Finnish power company TVO. The project is currently 10 years behind schedule and is set to be finally completed by next year. Now, TVO had sought €2.6 billion in damages from the French firm, while Areva had countersued for more than €3 billion. The agreement will settle those claims, but Areva could face an additional penalty of up to €400 million if it fails to complete the plant by the end of next year.
Meanwhile, Stephen, then the French president, as we've been hearing, is in India, and he is trying to sell more of those EPR plants.
Yes, of course, after the issues they've had about getting them completed in Finland and elsewhere, discussions have been taking place for a decade over a plan for France's energy giant EDF to build 10 of these EPR nuclear plants in India. The president's delegation says they've seen major progress in the talks, but it's just one of the business deals under discussion while Macron is in India. Companies from many sectors are hoping to use the trip to create their own deals. Brian Quinn reports.
Running from meeting to meeting as he tries to seize his moment in India, French executive Hugues Supari makes holographic film to stop the counterfeiting of banknotes and IDs.
The goal is to secure this bill.
The Indian government is looking for the firm that can pull it off. If Supari lands the contract, it's a huge payday, an immediate 50% boost in sales. So this presidential voyage, a first for Supari, was not to be missed.
We have meetings with the National Mint and the Finance Ministry at levels that would have been extremely difficult to get were it not for this event.
India is an enormous market, with a far greater number of banknotes in circulation than all of Europe. Not to mention passports, another target market for Supari as he works his contacts in New Delhi. The heart of his business is here in the Paris region. The company started with just 2 people. It now has over 400 employees and makes 90% of its sales in foreign countries.
There are over 150 countries in the world that issue passports, so the market for us is those 150, not just France.
Since his arrival in New Delhi on Friday, Supari has been making his move. Traveling with the president has opened a lot of doors, but he won't be returning with Macron. He's staying a few extra days to try and seal the deal.
Now, plans to launch the world's biggest oil-producing company on the stock market appear to have hit a snag. When Saudi Aramco goes public, it's expected to be the biggest ever stock market flotation. They're listing 5% of their shares in a public offering. It was expected to take place later this year. Various reports today saying, though, now it's delayed until 2019. The firm is one of the giants of the oil industry. It's the primary source of revenue for Riyadh. The share offering will be worth hundreds of billions of euros. New York, London and Hong Kong are among the stock exchanges competing for that listing, so they'll have to wait a little bit longer to find out.
Stephen, then, give us a sense what's happening in the markets this morning.
European shares starting the day in the green, some deal-making helping to boost shares. That's largely due to a deal between the energy firms E.ON and RWE. They're both seeing their shares jump in Germany after announcing plans to break up the renewables energy firm Innogy. RWE's shares up 11% after that €43 billion deal was announced. It's actually having an impact on energy shares all across Europe. Over in Asia, a pretty positive picture as well to start the week. Some good US employment figures on Friday, giving investors a bit of cheer. They managed to both inspire confidence in the state of the American economy, but also calm fears about rising inflation. That's due to growth in hourly wages slowing down. So a little something for everyone in the audience from those US employment figures.
Finally, then, from you, Stephen, the billionaire Elon Musk has companies that include Tesla and SpaceNK, but apparently their future not always as assured as it is now.
No, it was an interesting some facts that came out of an interview that Elon Musk did at the South by Southwest Festival in Texas. He revealed that at the end of 2008, the electric car maker Tesla nearly went bankrupt. Musk says that at the time he gave both Tesla and the rocket launching firm SpaceX just a 10% chance of survival as he pumped most of his fortune into the ventures. Now, SpaceX, Musk says, will be ready to launch spaceships designed to go to Mars by next year. There were a couple of other surprises in the talk too. When asked who he was most inspired by, Elon Musk's response was Kanye West. Who'd have thunk?
Who'd have thought it indeed. He also apparently said he feared a third world war was coming, so quite an apocalyptic
Exactly,
speech.
highs and lows in that speech.
In that speech, indeed. Thank you very much there, Stephen Carroll, there with our business update this morning.